everybody, my name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about Volume 2 of Alice in Borderland by Haro Aso. With this, I feel like I'm going to lean a little bit more towards the spoilers than I am spoiler-free, so if you haven't seen the show or you haven't read the mangas, then you have been warned. There's probably going to be some spoilers in this video. One of the main reasons I do want to talk about spoilers is because when I read Volume 1, I was like, wow, the show did such a good job following the manga. I mean, like, obviously there were some differences here and there, like the ages and the way they get into Borderland, but overall, like, it was very spot on, especially the game of tag. Like, I just couldn't get over how shot for shot the show did it. And in this book, it is almost exactly one for one, which is absolutely insane. I was excited for this one because I don't like Chota in the manga. In the show, he's kind of whatever, but in the manga, he's very annoying. So I was excited to get to the Seven of Hearts game because we know what happens in the Seven of Hearts game. But again, like, that was almost shot for shot as well. Like, being in like the actual Arboretum and all of that was very, very cool. The rules of the game were spot on. And then of course, once we get past that and Arisu is on his own, then we are introduced to who is the secondary protagonist in Usagi. I really like her, and I think the show really did her justice with her backstory and everything. The only thing that they changed is that in the show, it's very ambiguous whether or not her father committed suicide, but in the manga, like, they do show that yes, her father did commit suicide, so that's a pretty big trigger warning for this one. If you haven't watched the show, I mean, trigger warnings abound with like lots of death, lots of gore, but another big trigger warning with this one in particular is sexual assault. Now, I mentioned that in my other video that I didn't like the way they treated Sabuki, and how she's basically just like walking, talking boobs. And I knew that going into this one with the Seven of Hearts game, like, we were gonna get into some weird scenes with that as well. And ultimately, like, her character just didn't really leave an impact on me. I think they gave her more of an identity in the show. I still don't really like the way they do it in the show, but it's better than this, which is honestly saying a lot. But then of course, when we're introduced to Usagi, one of the big worries, especially knowing that they're going to start looking for the beach, is that we are going to be introduced to some characters where like sexual assault is like their whole character arc. And one of the things that really bothered me is that Usagi is somebody who, she's more of a tomboy. She's not a girly girl. She's a climber. There's a flashback in the manga where she's made fun of, like, for the way that she dresses, for the people that she hangs out with. So it was really annoying to me that when they finally get to the beach, and one of the rules of the beach is you have to wear a swimsuit because you're at the beach. Like, it's very uncomfortable for her, and they really sexualize it in this, which is annoying. And the characters are 18 in this, so not exactly a minor, but not great. Other than that, though, like I said, like, this is almost one for one. So like, once we get past the Seven of Hearts game, manage to find the beach, which is supposedly gonna be where our main characters find answers, and the beach was perfect. I think they did it perfectly in the show. Like, they did it exactly the way that it is in the manga. And of course, we meet arguably the best characters, which is we already met Chishiya, but you get to see more of him in this. And then Kuina, she is so cool. Love her in the show. And everything unfolds exactly how it does in the manga. Like, the show followed it literally step by step by step. And that was my worry, because we are also introduced to a character named Naragi. And I just want to say, so like, I don't know if you guys can see that. That's him right there. The way they cast him, they even got his piercings absolutely perfect. But his whole character is just that he's a rapist. Like, that's his whole character. The second he sees Usagi, like, that's it. That's going to be every single interaction they have, and that is the note that this book leaves off on. So if you've watched the show, you know the scene that I'm talking about, and that's where this volume leaves off, and that's a big issue. So again, like, I'm not sure how much I would recommend these, but having watched the show, like, I really am enjoying it. I wish that some of those themes were handled with some more grace, but at the same time, I don't really find it surprising. So I am going to go and get volume 3. I am excited to see where that's going to go, because all that we have left of season 1 is the 10 of Hearts game. So I'm interested to see if volume 3 bleeds into season 2 or if it's just the 10 of Hearts, because 10 of Hearts is a big deal. Like, that was a really big moment. So I'm excited to see how it actually is split apart. I'm also excited to see how closely season 2 follows the manga as well, because that's when things like really kick up. So overall, again, like, I gave this book a 4. I would really be mindful of those trigger warnings, like with suicide, sexual assault, a lot of violence, a lot of objectifying women, like stuff that I don't like. But again, if I hadn't have watched the show, I don't think I would be reading it. And having read it, it's weird. Like, I still don't think I'd recommend it, but if you've watched the show, I would recommend it, if that makes sense. It's kind of weird. So again, like, I'm not a manga person. If you've read the mangas and like you have different opinions than me, I would love to hear them down in the comments down below. But for now, I am going to continue on. So I'm interested to see how volume 3 is going to go. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to Talk Books with me every week. That's everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.